People who survived a school shooting, what was the worst part? A few days ago, I was teaching a class when we heard a loud bang sound. One of my students made a joke, "Imagine if that's a gunshot." Everyone burst out laughing, and then 10 seconds later, we heard another one. That's when I realized it was a school shooting and told everyone to get under their desks. We never had any drills at this school, so I just had to do whatever I could to safeguard the children. I went to lock the door, but then I remembered the lock was completely broken. I pushed the teacher's desk to barricade it and even used my own body to make sure it couldn't be opened. Then I grabbed my phone and called 911 to report the shooting. Here's where the worst part comes in. The 911 operator told me that this was probably a drill and that my panic was an overreaction. She told me to just sit tight and listen to some music until the drill was over, and then hung up. I couldn't believe what my ears had just heard, but the operator just sounded so confident. So I whispered to my students about this being a drill, which made them all calm down. I told them to stay hidden just in case, and to not make any sounds. For the next 15 minutes, we kept hearing gunshots, and they sounded so real that my heart would skip a beat every single time. I also heard people running through the hallway while screaming, so I kept pushing harder and harder against the door. Eventually, someone knocked on the door and said they were a paramedic and that the shooter had been apprehended. I opened the door and asked them with a shaky voice, "Is this part of the drill?" Their response was, "What drill? I'm here to make sure no one in this room was hurt." 6 people lost their lives that day, and I couldn't help but think of my 911 call.